looks up.
One.
Hello, guys. We're here. This is the first episode and the debut, the maiden voyage of the Chain Gang podcast. I am one of your four hosts, Owen Michael, and over here we have.
I'll go. I'm John, and go Seahawks all day.
I'm Hayden. Go Chiefs. Go Pat. Pat Mahomes the GOAT. You already know. All right. I think we're good to just start right in, right?
Yeah.
First topic of discussion. It's first down. We're talking about the big news. Micha Parsons to the Packers. 2 firsts, Kenny Clark, and a $47 million contract, right? 180 mil for 4 years.
180, if I believe I'm right, $188 million.
Okay.
136 million guaranteed as well.
So he got paid. Now the big
Highest
consensus.
non-quarterback.
Big consensus is this is Jerry. This is on Jerry, right? I mean, Cowboys fans have been talking about it the whole offseason. This was a big problem when CD got his contract. I mean, this has been an ongoing issue. Jerry Jones just not doing what he's supposed to. He's too involved with the team. I mean,
Yeah.
I just think bro's got to take a step back. Let the GM handle it. What's the point in having the GM if that's what you're doing? I mean, you kind of got to just take a step back and let the team handle it. You're the owner, you know? I get it. You want to have big step in what's happening, but you got to take a step back. You're making the team worse. And he said it himself. I want this team to be a soap opera every year. And I think that's kind of where he's taking the team, honestly. I mean, this is...
Yeah, he's kind of running it right off a cliff right now. I mean, I don't know. To me, the Cowboys, I wouldn't mind the trade if it actually brought them closer to an identity, but the Cowboys just don't have an identity right now. They're not a win now team. They're not a plan for the future team. They're kind of in this shitty spot, and now that they've paid CD that contract, you're really in a tough spot to decide what you want to do, because part of what Jerry Jones was talking about is how he wants to build for the future with all these first-round picks, and they could be Pro Bowl players, Mozzie Smith, but
Mozzie Smith.
he's not establishing an identity. You know, like the Saints have finally caught up, and they're starting to, get that identity. Okay, they know they're rebuilding. They're not pushing their contracts back anymore, and you have to decide a clear identity. You can't sit in this middle because you're never gonna get anywhere in this league.
Right, and that's just something you're struggling with every single year, and year in, year out. And you don't have any past success in these past years. I mean, yeah, you got the success from the '90s, but let's be real, that's almost 30 years. We're getting to the point where
And that's what they live off. The fans
exactly. Yeah.
team, they live off the 90s, and it's just like you guys are gonna win. Maybe if you guys are lucky, you guys make the wild card this year. If you're lucky.
Yeah. That division is honestly pretty brutal. Honestly, you got the Eagles, Commanders, Giants, and those are all solid teams in their own right.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's
I
tough.
don't know about the Giants overall, but at least that D line's pretty nuts.
Yeah, no joke. That D line is gonna be crazy.
Sexy Dexy.
Sexy Dexy, Brian Burns,
If you can put up 10 sacks a game, you can win any game.
That's
But
the
don't.
truth.
Russell Wilson's got that though, bro.
Oh yeah. Hey, I honestly got
Russell
more
got
faith in
that.
Russ than I do Aaron Rodgers in Pittsburgh, huh? I mean,
Yeah,
I don't have no confidence in Pittsburgh at all this season.
no,
I have
I think
no
Rodgers
confidence.
is gonna make him worse. Like,
Yeah.
I don't think Mike Tomlin's gonna be able to squeeze out anything out of that. But
I think DK Metcalf is the most overrated receiver in the league.
You know what? I mean, you think with his size and his speed and everything going on, you think he'd be top 5 every year. But I don't remember the last time he was top 5. I don't think he's ever been top 5 in yardage for receiving at any point, or receiving touchdowns for that matter. So, but back to this Parsons thing. So last year the Cowboys were ranked, what would it be? 28th, 27th in terms of yardage on defense. They just lost their best guy on defense.
Granted, Parsons was injured most of the year last year.
True, he had the back injury, but we kind of got
They
a
had a
glimpse.
lot of injuries actually because they lost their
Trayvon-
star
Trayvon Diggs.
Overshown. Yeah, they
Yeah,
had
Diggs.
Trayvon
and Overshown
Overshown, right? But we kind
and
of got
Parsons.
and Parsons.
The
but we kinda-
Blands,
What'd you say, John? What's up?
Ron Bland. How was Ron Bland? Was he out there last season?
Yes, he was healthy. I'm pretty sure he was playing the whole year, or pretty sure he played most of the year. But
Yeah.
what I was kind of getting at is he kind of got a glimpse of what that defense is gonna be like without Parsons. I mean, they had no edge pressure, just none. And you lose Overshown too. Obviously, he'll be able to come in, but he's not gonna fix your pressure rates. You're starting Dante Fowler at edge now. I mean, that's not exactly ideal. So, and
Jerry Jones was all about in his press conference how he wanted to narrow it down to a team that had the cap to pay Parsons, and also they had a immediate starter at defensive tackle. You're telling me that you couldn't find any other team who could have gave you a better D tackle? I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on Kenny Clark. I think he's still a great player, but he's turning 30. This is not a youth movement.
no.
He's going to be decent for the next 2, 3 years max. And it's back to this thing where I don't see the vision here at all. I don't see the vision. I cool, you got some first round picks, but if you don't hit on them, it's just hypotheticals right now. So
Right, and if we look at the Packers' past first-round picks, they were either in the late 20s or the early 20s. You're not gonna find a guy like Micah Parsons in that late and with those late draft picks. It's just not. You're not happening, you know. And especially with how the Cowboys have drafted these last few years, it's not exactly ideal. So, but on the flip side, let's talk about the Packers. How they improved from this. They actually
I
have
have
it.
a very strong opinion about the Packers right now.
Let's hear it.
Of
Let's
the
hear it.
whole.
Let's hear it. What you
So
got?
obviously they traded for Michael Parsons, one of the best defensive players in the league.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm obviously hearing you're hearing the narrative or people are saying, "Oh, they're a Super Bowl team. They're the number one team coming out of the NFC." No, no, and it's the reason is because yeah, obviously do their defense stacked. Obviously, Michael Parsons, Xavier McKinney, Luke Van Ness, Rashad Gary, stacked defense, great defense. Not sold on the corners, but that can be that doesn't. But if Micah Parsons hitting the quarterback, they're sending pressure. Might not be that big of a problem. I think the Green Bay Packers have a Super Bowl contender defense with a wild card exit offense. So I don't know how 2-2 will play because I'm not a Jordan Love guy. I've never been a Jordan Love guy. I think he's such a 50-50 quarterback. He's either going to give you 300 yards, 3 touchdowns, and the next team is going to give you 3 interceptions and just look like a backup quarterback. But I don't know. I can't get on the Packer train.
You know, the big comparison of him is he playing like Aaron Rodgers or is he playing like Brett Favre at the back half? You know,
Yeah.
he's either throwing 3 picks or he's throwing for 300. I mean, obviously last year the injury had a big part in it. So the ankle
Yeah, I
injury
mean,
at
I
the start of the
understand
season.
that. But I
Right.
mean, he didn't look good against the Eagles in the wild card.
No, just pure
I
awful.
mean, yeah, there was multiple games this season where he just like he looked yeah, 1 second he's looking like prime Aaron Rodgers MVP, and the next he's looking like Brett Favre in the last seconds of the Vikings playoff game where he threw an interception. Like that's what he's looking like. You can never tell like what he's gonna do next.
This ain't Detroit. This is the Super Bowl. Game again. Tracy Porter picking his ass off. Yeah, no, it's just how it goes, you know. But like you said, I think the offense is the biggest question. That wide receiver room is not proven whatsoever.
No, not
I
at
mean,
all.
you're probably looking at, if I had to guess, Matthew Golden is already the one, which is crazy considering he hasn't played in a real game and he's already considered the one.
Yeah.
And then you got what, Dobbs at the 2, maybe Reed, and then
I'd probably go Golden, Dobbs, and Reed. It's my three.
yeah, and then they got Wicks after that, but Wicks is not proven at all either. He's had one good game.
Wicks, yeah,
Wicks
Wicks,
can't
Heath,
catch the
and
ball to save his
Watson.
life.
Say that again, Owen.
Wicks cannot catch the ball to save his life.
No,
He's been looking real rough right now.
Right.
So
and you don't got Christian Watson until January.
I'm not gonna lie. If I was
if
the
he can-
Packers, I would have just threw him in that trade.
Threw
Send him back in.
Wicks in the trade.
I would have threw Watson in the trade.
Yeah,
Watson-
I mean, honestly, the Cowboys probably would have taken that, but
I would have just sent him packing because he's not staying healthy.
no. If I had to guess, though, they'll probably give him like a little 1-year contract, maybe next year. Hey, prove it year. If you wanna get paid, you got to prove it to us. You got to show us that you can ball out, even though he hasn't. Besides his
Honestly,
rookie year, I'm pretty sure.
My opinion, I think the Packers one. I think if not the best option for them passing the ball is Tucker Kraft.
True. Tucker Kraft.
I think he's so good.
Mhm.
He's unbelievably underrated. He played the Seahawks. Obviously, he just manhandles the Seahawks. But he still can't cover tight ends. It's been a problem for the longest time now, and he just manhandles people. He's great. I think he's probably the best person to go to.
Yeah.
But I think Matthew Golden's gonna have. I think he's gonna be great.
I think he'll have like a solid, maybe like 1,097, 90 yards or something like that, and then like 4 or 5 touchdowns, maybe 6. I think he'll have that
Yeah.
solid rookie year that you want to see, and I think he'll only take off from there. And then obviously you got Josh Jacobs, but you can't just hand Josh Jacobs the ball 40 times a game and expect to win. Even though that
With that
fits.
O line though, that's a very good O line. I mean, not I don't love Elton Jenkins having to start center because I think he is a great center, but he's an elite guard. I think Elton Jenkins is a very great player. Starting him at center is obviously better than starting anyone else on that roster at center. But still, that O line is disgusting. I mean, Zach Tom is such an underrated right tackle for them. They paid him the money for a reason, and he's going to go out there and prove it. And then also bringing in, what is it, Aaron Banks, I believe, right, from the Niners? Aaron Banks, I think that is a solid starting caliber guard as well for them. And I think with Josh Jacobs just being that gritty running back who's going to fight for those tough yards, and even if you have to, go out there, your receivers can't catch the ball, Jacobs is going to go out there behind that line, get you 5 yards, and then you reset, have him push through another 5 yards. And even if that defense, can just play the slow game, and because this defense last year, I think what we saw with the Packers is it was more so of a prevent defense, not like full prevent, but their goal was they didn't want to let up points. This year, I think with the Parsons trade, it's showing that they want to get aggressive. They want to force turnovers. They want to sack the quarterback. They're gonna play. I would expect more blitz schemes out of the Packers. I think this defense is going to be electric and really fun to watch. So I think if you have a defense that could possibly be scoring you some points, and then you can just play a heavy ground and pound offense, and then you use your fast receivers like Reed and Golden on the outside and Tucker Kraft in the middle, I think this offense could be solid, and it all depends to me on Jordan Love as well.
Got a lot to prove this year, with especially after the first year of his contract, new contract. He got paid the big bucks. A lot of people say he was paid too early. It's a common consensus. Like, probably could have waited a year, saved about, 5-10 mil with how he played. I mean, he had one good year, and we immediately extend him for 5. So it's kind of like a give or take situation. But overall, what would you give the Parsons trade grade on both sides of this? So looking from the Cowboys' point of perspective and the Packers, what would you give them as a grade? Starting with the Cowboys.
Like a D.
D, yeah. I mean,
I don't think there's much upside with the picks. I don't think Kenny Clark's gonna have much upside. I don't know. Just
30-year-old D tackle, you're only going to get so much out of the guy.
Yeah.
Owen, what's your
For me,
thoughts?
I'm gonna give the Cowboys a C minus maybe because Kenny Clark is not the move that I like. I didn't like that. I do like the fact that the Cowboys now have 4 first-round picks, regardless of where they are. 4 first-round picks in the next 2 years. That's pretty huge. I mean, granted, you lost a generational, really great young player who's only 26, if I'm correct. One of the greatest rookies to come into this league as a pass rusher. I mean, your average defensive end or pass rusher averages, I believe, like 5.5 to 7 sacks on the high end their rookie year, and Parsons came in at 13. I feel like just off of that rookie year alone, and he has not slowed down at all.
No.
He's just looked better and better, and it's not even that's all he can do. He can drop into coverage too. Parsons is really special, and so I think it's just not worth it. But I will say the picks are nice. And for me, it's just the fact that they don't have a vision. They don't have a clear set goal, and it feels like they're kind of just making moves to say they're doing something.
I 100% agree. I feel like the defense just doesn't have an identity right now. Just there's nothing there, I mean, there's highlights, there's key points. I mean, it's a lot of things a lot of teams want, but still, you don't have an identity right now. You don't have a pass rush. Your secondary's not bad. It's improving clearly, but just nothing there. I'm gonna agree with you, Owen. I was gonna give this a C minus solely for the draft picks. I love picking up the draft picks and the stacking. Now you could probably use this as a trade up. I mean, if the Cowboys have a good season, you're probably looking 2 picks in the 20s. I mean, I think I got the Packers in the divisional. I would say probably divisional loss, I think, is what they'll be. But I think you could use this as a trade up opportunity. Go get you a big name edge rusher. Obviously, it's kind of hard to call out a name right now because of where we're at in the season. We don't really know who's going where the mock drafts are. We'll have to kind of examine those, see where they have them at. But if it's the Cowboys, I really don't see a trade up happening. I think they should. It doesn't mean they will. They're not an aggressive team when it comes to free agency. or the draft or any offseason things, because I can't remember the last time I seen the Cowboys get a big splash in free agency. I think George Pickens might be one of the biggest moves they've made in the past 5 years. And don't get me wrong, George Pickens is great, but a wide receiver too doesn't exactly eye popping, you know? But,
Here's one thing though. Do you think the Cowboys could use those first round picks instead of trying to trade up in the draft, trade for a player? Do you think we could see the Cowboys use these first round picks and possibly trade for a big splash player, maybe not this year but next year, and really just use it as leverage?
I think it could be I think it's definitely a possibility, but that fully depends on the man up top, you know? I mean, that depends on Jerry Jones. Like, what's he thinking? Where's he at? Is he going to be awake during offseason this time, or is he going to be taking his naps, you know? You got to see something out of this. Like, you got to use those first-round picks. You have them. Like, look at the or not to kind of just, I mean, it's kind of picking, but look at the Falcons. They ramped back through, grabbed another edge rusher, and they're building for the future. I mean, we saw the Rams do it a couple years ago. They said, screw them picks. We don't need them. Won a Super Bowl. Gave up everything. I mean, yeah, they were bad for like a year, but they immediately rebuilt, and now they're a playoff contender, you know? Like, it's possible to just go in, throw all your picks in, and go in an all-in year. If you win it all, who cares? Just rebuild after that. Good teams will find a way to bounce back. That's just how it goes. So it's a situation the Cowboys they find themselves in, and it just depends on how they'll handle the situation. So, but
You gotta have a competent owner to do that, though.
Exactly, and I feel like that's the one thing the Cowboys are kind of lacking in right now. So, let's look at the Packers though. What would you guys say, in your opinions, would you grade the Packers side of this trade?
I feel like it's hard not to give them an A. You know, like they got a 26-year-old beast. Like he's gonna. It's just so hard not to give him an A. Like they literally won the trade so easily. It's just I don't know. It's just it's an A.
Yeah, I gotta agree. I mean, what I really wanted to see from the Packers this year is being non-complacent. I feel like the Packers, too much in recent history, have settled with being a good team. They're sitting, you got your hump, right? You got up to your Super Bowl, and I feel like they've been sitting right here with being a solid team. Like, okay, we'll make playoffs, and just settling there. Just saying, we don't want to be bad. We're going to make playoffs. I think this Parsons trade shows that they want to get that extra edge to get over the hump. And I've been saying since last year and even the year before, I think this Packers defense and overall team is solid, but I think what they're missing is one true guy who's going to come in here and just be the difference maker.
I 100% agree. And, like you said, this is just like that move to get him over the hump. This kind of reminds me of when they made the big splash in free agency a long time ago when they went and picked up Reggie White. I think this is the exact same thing all over again. I think this move can get him over the hump in the long run, but they got to show up still, just because they got this guy that's proven to be good, that doesn't mean you're gonna win everything. You're still in one of the toughest divisions in football. But last year they were fifth in ranked in defense for yardage. So I think having a pass rusher will make a big difference. Even though, like John said, though, the corner situations, it's kind of questionable. You're throwing a wide receiver that converted to corner, and he's probably your third, fourth option right now.
Yeah.
So,
I think.
Pretty sure he's like the third, fourth option.
Yeah,
Sure.
I do like. The only thing I will say about the Packers corners is Nate Hobbs was a great addition. He's aggressive. Yeah. He's going to make a huge difference on that team. I don't have a ton of faith in a lot of the other corners besides one guy in specific. Granted, he's not technically a corner, but their nickel, Javon Bullard.
Yes.
I am absolutely in love with Javon Bullard.
Yeah.
I think the idea, and Atlanta did the same thing with drafting Billy Bowman and moving him to nickel, because you take this safety, a very aggressive, absolute ball hawk safety, who's just a little undersized and struggles to kind of play that traditional safety role in the NFL. But you move him into the slot where he can make plays on the ball and punch the ball out and make tackles and get really aggressive at that line, and I love that. However, it's again those outside corners that I struggle to find being a huge difference maker for them. But then again, it's better to have a good slot than good outside, because outside you can play without a bounds, and that's like a wall in itself. That makes it so much easier. Like, if you don't have a decent nickel, tough luck. Like
Yeah.
you're kind of screwed.
Yeah, 100%. Because you're rocking with, I believe, Keyshawn Nixon is one in the depth chart, and then it goes
Mhm.
Nate
I
Hobbs,
think it's Nixon, Hobbs,
Valentine, or is Hobbs that
Valentine.
one?
Nope, it's Nixon,
Nixon is that one.
Hobbs, Valentine, Melton, I believe.
Yeah, and then Bullard's playing in the nickel. And then
Mm-hmm.
Evan Williams took his spot at the strong safety last year. And then obviously you got McKinney at your free
Williams,
safety,
I
high
think, is
end.
actually a free safety. I believe McKinney will be the strong safety,
Oh,
if I'm correct.
okay. Yeah, you're probably right. I probably got those two mixed around. Which I love Evan Williams. The guy's a monster at free safety. He had a really good year last year. And then obviously you got Edgerrin Cooper, Quay Walker to round out the middle. Which
Yeah, I was gonna actually talk about that linebacking core of McDuffie, Edgerrin Cooper, and Quay Walker. Super underrated. I mean, Edgerrin Cooper had a fantastic, absolutely fantastic rookie year. I think he's only gonna be going up from there. I mean, his rookie year getting all, oh my gosh, all pro votes is crazy. But yeah, I think he's only gonna be up. I think Quay Walker is really special with how versatile he is. I mean, especially with you've got a solid D line. I think, Lucas Van Ness doesn't have the best track record, but he has looked decent in training camp. He's looked one of the best of our pass rushers. And with Gary Parsons, Devontae Wyatt has been looking really good. He's young. I think this is a young and very up and coming D line. And I think if you want to mix Quay Walker in there to, play edge or come in from the linebacking spot and punch through the A gap or anything, he's a very versatile tool. And then McDuffie as well. I think he just fits the Packers defensive scheme so good. He's a guy last year who came into every game and he was having, 8 to 10 tackles. I mean, he's solid.
right. I 100% agree. I think a lot of upside defense. The main thing is durability. What injuries are a big key in any NFL team. Whenever you think a team's well and out and they're like, "Oh man, this team is solid and everywhere." Injuries play the biggest key. So, Packers last year struggled with the injuries, so it's just a variable, Like, are we going to see everybody healthy at the end of the year? Who's going to be missing? Who's going to be on the roster? Who's going to be injured and out for the season? It's just something to take into account. And I think finally getting rid of Jair, unfortunately, obviously a big hurt, but I think Nate Hobbs will step in. He's a little bit more durable, but you just got to take into account. It's something to always consider. So, but other than that, I think this Packers defense will be very good this year. So, and if you guys have anything else to note,
Well, I believe that covers most of the Parsons trade.
Yeah.
alrighty. Well, boys, I think we're ready to head into. I think we're on second down now. We'll be looking at the NFL schedules, kind of talking about the divisions this year, what we think we're going where. So,
Do we want to talk about the rivalry jerseys first and then go to the schedules, or
what would you guys rather talk about? We can throw in.
we can talk? Let's talk about jerseys
All
first.
right,
Schedules
we will take
longer.
a quick timeout and get those rivalries talked about. Who do we want to discuss first? Start with the. You want to go AFC East first?
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, I will throw these up on my end so the viewers can see the jerseys and we can kind of just talk about them one by one.
Personally, I think this is before we really get started into it. I think this is the best jersey release in a lot of years. I mean, I think obviously the last time we really had something like this was Color Rush, which I loved. I thought the Color Rush idea was super cool.
I love Color
but
Rush.
I think this rivalry really stepped it up to the next level. I mean, I think every single one of obviously there's rivalries jerseys that are better than others, but I think they're all very good jerseys.
I 100% agree. I think this is just bringing me back to Color Rush. It's fun to see teams going. Some ideas are a little, how do you say, interesting per se, but it's the right idea and it's bringing some freshness. Back to the. It's bringing some freshness to the NFL, giving us some new things to look at. And like you said, Color Rush, man. A lot of fans loved Color Rush. Love seeing it. A lot of teams that brought in some really, really cool ideas. I mean, even though I'm not a personal fan, the Seahawks all neons, those are a big love for fans. Love those.
I love the all neons.
All neons, yep. It's a fun idea. So
Yeah.
I think if I can get this pulled up, I think we'll look at the Buffalo Bills first off. If I can get this up here, I'm gonna do
The Bills. Ooh.
the Bills rocking the all whites. can kind of.
So the all white idea for the build, I think it's hard to mess up the all white for any team. I think all white can look good on any team. It's how it is. But what stands out to me the most about the Bills, otherwise, I think if it was just an all white jersey, I think it'd just be okay. I mean, it's your standard all white jersey. It's hard to mess it up. I think it's a little bland. But what stands out for me is their logos are that kind of look like a diamond encrusted logo,
Yeah.
like different textures on it, and I think that really makes the uniform stand out and look really nice.
I 100% agree. I think I love the white slash silver look to it with the nice blue highlights with the numbers. I am kind of sad we didn't get to see any of the red imported into this, but I kind of understand why they didn't do it. It wouldn't really fit well with the blue, but it would have been cool to see the little red hints from the Bills logo, or the Bills colors, like with their all red unis, which look really good. So it's good to see just some nice changes. And like you said, all white. It's kind of every team does it, or a lot of teams have done it, and it looks good usually most of the part. I mean, Bengals, Vikings, it all looks good.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, honestly, I think the Bills are probably my least favorite ones. To be honest with you,
Yeah, just
I
because
just feel like they're just so like everybody's done the all white. Not everybody, but like a lot of teams have done the all white.
right.
And I mean, I think my favorite part is the logo. You're right, the logo is really sweet how it looks. But yeah, like I said, you can't really mess up on an all white jersey.
Right.
So
Yeah, so it's kind of a run of the mill idea. All right, next we got the Dolphins. Dolphins.
Oh, that's my favorite out of the jerseys, and for me, I think everyone was expecting that traditional pink Miami Vice,
yeah,
which granted it would look great, but every other Miami team's done it, and I'm so glad that they chose to step away from the mainstream idea of Miami Vice and go with this still that dark kind of vibe, and I think it looks amazing. I think it was done flawlessly, to be honest.
I think it's the best uniforms they've had ever. Like
Yeah.
ever. I mean, I don't think that anything has touched those uniforms. They're just so clean, unbelievably clean. And I'm glad, like you said, I'm glad they did something different because, like I said, the Heat have the same like the pink, and I think they have a soccer
Marlins.
team or whatever. Yeah, but I don't know. But they like it looks obviously it looks good. The Heat jerseys are super super sweet, but I'm glad that they did do something different.
I will say I was one of the ones I was hoping it would be the Vice City. I love the Vice City jerseys. I love it when the Heat do it, and the Miami football team, or sorry, the soccer team. I feel the same. I really like it when they do it, but I really love these. For one, it kind of reminds me of the Seahawks base navy with just different color form, and I love the Seahawks base navy because I think it's like the cleanest looking blue. Because I'm a sucker for navy blue and just baby blue and all the other versions of it, however they do it. But this is just such a well done design. And like John said, besides the throwbacks, the Dolphins jerseys are just kind of meh. They're not exactly eye popping. They're not like they're just middle of the pack. This I feel like gives them that one uniform. It just looks amazing. I mean, you can't. This looks really well. It was really well done. I know a lot of people are kind of iffy on it, but to me, for the team that did it, I think this is really good. This is just an incredible idea.
I think for sure it's my favorite out of the rivalries.
I 100% agree. I'm right there with you. I think this is probably my number 2, number 1. It's right there. It's just so well done. All right, next we got the Patriots.
Oh, I actually okay. Some people said that they do not like the Patriots, but I actually really like them. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes,
Really
me
like the
too.
Patriots.
I love the Patriots ones. Everybody's hating on them. They look so clean.
I'm indifferent. I
Like
don't
the
mind them.
simplicity of them.
What?
I'm indifferent. I like them. Don't get me wrong. It's just I don't know. It kind of. I will say my favorite part about this is the shoulder patches. I love the the NE on the shoulder. I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And the color wave.
Clean.
I think it's just the blue, the shade of blue that does it for me. But honestly, other than that, it's a really good looking uniform. I think, like you guys said, a lot of people just don't like these, but they don't really got a good. I don't feel like they got a good reason for it. I think this is a solid looking jersey. And to be fair, the Patriots. I mean, when was the last time they had a great uniform? I mean, it's tough. I can't think of just incredible Patriots unis, to be honest. But
Yeah, when I think of like really good Patriots uniforms, I just think of the throwback uniforms.
Right.
I think of good Patriots uniforms. I don't really think of anything like Pacific, like their home or their away jerseys.
Right. And
I don't mind the throwbacks, but other than that,
there's not much else, I don't think. I mean, it's really just the
Yeah.
throwbacks. But I think, again, this is a team that doesn't do a lot of alternates, I don't think. And I think that's the best thing that we're going to see with this rivalry series throughout the years is teams that don't normally do color rush or alternates. Like the Patriots. I mean, they don't normally do it. I mean, they got their throwbacks, but I think you'll see a lot of cool ideas from teams. And I think the Patriots did a good job. I think overall, good idea. Really like the idea here. I think the colors match well with what they were going for. They didn't try anything over the top. They didn't just go all black or all white. They actually came up with a unique idea, and I think they did a pretty good job doing that. So,
Yeah.
I think it's just a good idea. All right, next we got the New York Jets.
Wait, I'll wait to talk about this.
Owen, go ahead. I know you love these.
So I'll start. I love the Jets jerseys. I think they're awesome. They remind me of Michigan State. I love the dark green. The Gotham City theme is awesome. I think it's super unique. And then the shoulder patches looking like a drain cover or a sewer, whatever you wanna. I love the Jets ones. I think they have so much hate on them for no reason. I don't know. I love everything about them, to be honest with you. And the helmet, especially the helmet, looks fantastic.
You going, John, or you want me to go?
I really don't have much to say about them because I'm not a fan of them, to be honest with you. I think they're just weird. I don't know. They're just like, I don't think that's like, when I think of Jets, I'm not gonna think of Gotham City or something. I don't know. I mean, I think they're cool, but I think they could have been better.
I think this just goes back to their was it their color rush, the black and green that they had a couple years ago. I love that jersey. That was one of my favorite jerseys when I was watching football. I love seeing the Jets black and green. But the more I see this, the more I kind of like it. I love the font. The font is such a nice, unique idea.
The font on the numbers, it's my favorite font out of the rivalry jerseys.
Yeah.
I think the font really puts it together for me as well.
I think that's what does it for me. And I love the helmets. I don't have a really good shot here of it, but I love on the back it says Gotham City. I love the helmets. The jerseys
on the collar, it also says Gotham City in a really cool font.
Yeah, I think like John said, I think the jersey idea just isn't. I don't know if it's the colors or what it is. It just doesn't click. I don't know, but I do overall like this jersey. I think it's really solid. I don't know if it's it's definitely not the best in its division. That's for sure. I'd say this is definitely better than Buffalo's. And
yeah,
I don't know if I put it above New England.
I would say it's Buffalo, Jets, and then I would go Patriots, Miami. That's how I'd put it.
Yeah. I think. Listen, I love Buffalo's unis. I do. I love the white, but it's just like John said. It's an overused idea. I mean, Christ, how many times are we
besides that logo, the different logo with like diamond kind of pattern to it?
And
that's about it.
I'm afraid of when the AFC West comes, the Chiefs are going to do theirs. I'm afraid they're probably going to just throw all white and call it good because, again, that's a team that doesn't do alternates.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a color wave. Like, what are they going to do? All yellow? Like the St. Louis Rams, all yellow mustard-looking ass jerseys? I don't think so. I'm not a fan.
I think they should do like red with like two like freaking like arrows coming down.
Something. Hey, call up the owner,
like
John. Shoot him some ideas, brother. We need them.
The Arrow G-string. That's the new idea. Someone get the copyright claim filed for the Arrow.
Just write that down.
That would look amazing, man. All right.
Just if that actually happens, that the Chain Gang came up with that first.
Taylor Swift on the helmet. Hear me out.
Taylor Swift on the helmet. Yeah. With her new song for her and Travis Kelce's marriage.
Travis Kelce proposing to Taylor Swift on the helmet.
That should be the logo. That's amazing. All right.
That should just be the NFL logo.
All right. Then the other division that got it this year was the NFC West, which, for starters, in my opinion, I think the NFC West has some of the best jerseys already. The Rams, I don't care how much hate their unis get. I love them. Love the blue, the vibrant blue with the yellow. The Seahawks have been known to have good jerseys. The Cardinals are a little bit in the middle. I think
Cardinals are a little uninspiring. Besides their black jerseys, I really like their black.
Again, black, just throw black and red. I think the Niners have great unis. They're throwbacks, and obviously the black and red, of course, again. But overall, I think the NFC West already has great jerseys, so I think it's kind of BS that the best division with jerseys gets the first pick at it, but you know, it's all right. We'll overlook that. I think up first, we got the Arizona Cardinals.
Oh.
I'm indifferent. I'm indifferent. They look
Personally,
like
I love these jerseys. I absolutely love them. I think the little specks is something we haven't seen in the NFL. Granted, Oregon did it in
yeah,
college, but
yeah.
I think they look so clean. It literally looks like it was a white jersey that got tossed inside of a sandstorm. And I don't know. I think
That's
it looks
my,
awesome. I love the white logo.
I
that's my
heard
problem with them. They look dirty. They look like dirty jerseys.
they
It
look
looks like
like
you just got you look like you just played a football game and you went to throw your jersey into the wash. That's what it looks like. And then they just threw it back on and played
Green,
a game. That's what it
I'm
looks
not.
like to me.
I heard someone
Um,
say they look like a tortilla, and I can't unsee it. It looks like a tortilla. like, I personally,
I
it
mean,
just
just a little bit. I really like the Cardinals though.
to be fair, I understand the idea they were going for, and I feel like there's only so many ways you can attack that. But I don't know. I'm not a fan. I feel like this is just a crappy shot at Oregon's old polka dot jerseys or whatever the hell those were. And I don't know. I'm not a fan of these. They're just not hitting for me. John, what's your idea of these?
they suck.
I think I'm gonna have to agree with you there, man. I think this
They're
is
just
even,
like I don't know.
this is the worst one in the division. I'm not even gonna just I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. I think this is the worst in the division, in my mind.
Oh, that's steep. That's steep.
Well, I really okay. Can we talk about the Rams next?
If it's up now, hold up. Yep, it's their next one. Yeah, all right, Rams, black, the
I'm,
dark
I'm
black.
a,
Okay,
It's dark. It's really, really dark blue. If you look closely, it's super dark blue.
and before John goes, I will say I love the helmet change. That it's also black. The helmet to the
yeah.
black, and the pants look good with the navy. The fucking shoulder patches, man. What are we doing? Why
Yes,
did we keep
bro.
this?
It ruins it for me. It ruins it. Like why? Like what's the point of having the whole different colors just to put the same exact shoulder pads
Yeah, I don't get
that they
that.
have on the other jerseys just right there?
I think a font change would
No,
have made these click a little bit better for me. I think they should have changed the
I
font.
love the shoulders. I really like the Rams unis. I think the black, or sorry, not the black, but the really dark blue just fits so nice.
I like these. Like I said, I'm a sucker for the Rams jerseys. I love their jerseys. I always
Yeah, I love the
always
Rams jerseys.
It's just like John said, I'm just confused why. I don't know if there's a reason that I didn't see, but I never understood the shoulders. Like why are we leaving the shoulders the same color just to change the front plate? This looks like a jersey, like when you go into My Player or go to make your own team. This looks like a jersey you would make when you forget to change.
It looks
the
like
colors.
it looks like a DIY jersey. Like you can make it yourself at home.
That's yeah. That's
If you
kind of
put
what
like a Seahawks jersey and a Rams jersey together, that's what it's gonna look like to me.
I kind of agree. But overall, I think the colors look great. I love the helmets. I love the black,
Yeah, the helmets
the
are great.
horns. I've always loved the Rams helmets. I think they're amazing. I think just like John said, I think if you change the shoulders to just the dark navy, I think it clicks just as well. Keep the horns on the jerseys, just make it the black and match it with the helmet. You know, I think it looks fine. Are we good for the next one? All right, next up we got the Niners.
To me, okay, I like the Niners, but I feel like it's too similar to their old ones.
Yeah.
All you really did is add a little gold around the numbers.
And change the
For me, this is my least favorite in the division. I think they're still a good jersey. Don't get me wrong, but I think it's just not unique at all.
I agree. I think it's just like it's an overused idea. It's black. I mean, it's black and red. I mean, you've done it before. I do like the font change. It's a nice little touch there with the numbers and the gold around the numbers, and then you got the little thing on the front plate. So I think it's all right. I wouldn't say it's the worst in the division. I want to make it the worst, but it kind of can't with the Cardinals jerseys. So I mean, it's tough. But
Yeah, I mean, my take on it, I think the Niners, like, as a professional 49ers hater, obviously, I hate the 49ers. I think they're actually super tough jerseys. I think the gold, the way it bounces off, it looks really, really good on the number, and the font looks really cool. The helmet looked cool.
oh yeah,
But yeah, I guess I could like the all black, like the kind of concept is being reused a lot. But I think they did a pretty solid job.
I agree. I think it's solid. I think it's a good idea. Just it's done before, you know. It kind of gets old, but all right. Now we get to my personal favorite in the division. I love these. I've grown on these. These have grown on me. The Seahawks, the white with the lines on the shoulders and the what are they? Navy helmets, right? I believe they're navy.
They're like
Navy black.
I don't even know what color they are. They're like
Teal, to be honest.
yeah, they're like teal almost.
It overall, I think this is great. I love this. I get it. It's white. Again, it's the all-white concept, but I love the design on the shoulder pads. It's not just the team's logo slapped on there. Call it good. Move on, you know? I love the design on it, and I think it was executed very well. I love the simplicity of it with the addition of the lines and the design on it.
I think the theme of it is my favorite part, to be honest with you. The whole theme of it just being the 12th man and like the decibel
Yeah.
of the stadium, I think that's super cool. And I think it was executed onto a jersey probably about as well as you could do it. They're my favorite in the division, so.
I agree, 100%. John, I know you're biased, but love to hear the opinion.
I think they're the best, and they're the best jerseys in the West for sure, in my opinion. NFC West. I do wish what I wanted was like inverted throwback jerseys, but make them like instead of like the old logo, the newer logo and stuff. So like basically like inverted throwbacks with this newer logo. But I do really like the whole thing now with the 12s and like because they're supposed to be like sound waves, or I think they're supposed to be on the
Right.
shoulder. I really like the number, how all the little 12s in the number look really cool. The helmets are really sweet. But I mean, I think we did a really, really good job. And I think we always done a really good job when it comes to uniforms. I don't think we've ever really had like a necessarily bad uniform. So I don't know.
Yeah, I overall agree. I think so. Other than whatever you call those neon greens.
But yeah, but I
Okay.
mean that's also like
Other
some
than
people really like those and some people hate those.
it's
I
hit or
don't know.
miss, you know. It's hit or miss. All right, so each gonna give our personal rankings on where we would rank these jerseys. 1 to 8. Start with your worst and work your way up. So, who wants to start first? Anyone's more than welcome to go.
Um,
I'll do my division rankings. For me, the Niners are last. Just it's not much different than a jersey they already had. Um, for third for me is the Cardinals. I really like the Cardinals. I think it's something we haven't seen in the NFL. I like to judge jerseys off of how unique they are based on what we already have in the league and just something that's new. Second for me, then I'd got to go the Rams. I love the blackout or the really dark blue, whatever you want to call it. I think it's different for them, and I love their logos on the helmet. And then, especially the pants for those blackout ones. I think the pants look really nice. And then one, I got to go the Seahawks. I think the theme of it is the best theme out of the rivalries, purely theme based. I think the Dolphins are still my favorite jersey, but Seattle's probably two.
Yeah,
okay.
I agree with you. I think Cardinals is last. I think the idea was there. I just don't think it came out how they thought it would, and it just like John said, it just kind of looks like a dirty jersey that you just got to clean up, you know. So I think I got the Cardinals last. After that, solely for not the originality not really being there, I'm gonna have to put the Niners. Even though I love the way they look, I think I'd probably put the Niners there just because it's an idea they've already done and they didn't really change much. I think the gold is an incredible addition, but I still think the Rams clicks more just because it's such a different idea and it's a different thing. But I think unmatched, Seahawks is number one. I think the Seahawks executed on an idea the best. They took an idea, the thing that's really just a staple of their team. They're the 12th man. They got the sound waves. I mean, that's just a staple when you talk about the Seahawks is their 12th man, you know, the fan base. And I think they executed on it perfectly. I think it looks amazing. So, but it like Owen said, it's still my number two. I still think Miami's the best out of them, but Seahawks are definitely number two easily, no question.
Yeah, if I think for the West, for me, I'd have to have easily Cardinals last. Like I said, they're just dirty, gross jerseys. Number three for me, I'd have the Rams. I just don't like the Rams jersey. The shoulders just completely ruin the jersey for me for some reason. It like throws me off for some reason. I don't know. It just looks weird.
Mm-hmm.
Two, obviously Niners. The gold. I think the gold looks really nice. I think that's what saves a jersey for me is the gold.
Mm-hmm.
Because I don't think if it was just like black and red, it would probably be like last for it'd be fourth and it'd probably be like eighth for all the teams combined. And then number one is easily the Seahawks, obviously. I mean, they did it so well. It's just great.
Mm-hmm. I 100% agree. All right. Looks like we are on third down and long, and we are moving into our division rankings. So, where would we want to start? Let's start in the NFC. You know, let's just start with the Packers. You know, the Packers division, NFC North. Who do we think is starting this division? Who do we think is like number one? Like, where are we going with this? You know, like, what do we think is going to be the identity of this division. I still think it's one of the best in football. No questions asked. I think that's just.
We want to do all of our rankings on this episode. I think we're at probably an hour-ish now.
We're at 45 minutes, so.
Should we just do should we do Thursday night football?
Yeah. Actually, let's
Yeah.
switch gears. We'll talk about Thursday night
We'll do that,
football,
and then
we'll
we
do
can
division
wait.
rankings in episode 2.
It feels wrong. It feels wrong without Andrew here talking about
Yeah,
all
we
of
better.
our.
Plus, then that gives me more time to get some stuff written down and kind of get into this raw dominant. So, all right, Thursday night football. We've got the Eagles and the Cowboys playing each other next week. Thursday already. Football season's coming up. Cowboys Eagles. I don't think this is a question. Who's gonna win now?
It's the Eagles. It's the Eagles, and it's not close. Give me the Super Bowl champions.
I think it's a given. I'm gonna also take the Eagles. I don't think the Cowboys have a hope in hell, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I feel like the Eagles lose this game, they're gonna. They would be embarrassing. It'd be. Yeah.
It's if they lose. I mean, you're never gonna hear the end of it from Cowboys fans. Like we lost our best defensive player, and we still managed to beat the Eagles. You know, I think the Eagles. I don't think it's gonna be a cakewalk. I still think the Cowboys offense can click pretty well if it's moving, but I don't trust the defense, and I don't know. It's gonna be. I think it's gonna be one-sided for sure, but I think the Cowboys offense will still make noise. I think it's gonna be similar to what the Bengals are dealing with their no defense, except the Cowboys have a few playmakers still that can still do their thing. But overall, I just think the Cowboys are gonna get rinsed in this matchup. So, give me the Eagles.
Yeah.
Fly, Eagles, fly, I guess. Fly, Eagles, fly. All right, let's do score predictions. What do we think is going to be the score of this game? Owen, we'll start with you. What are we thinking here?
Give me 31-17.
Ooh, wow. All right.
Okay.
Eagles manhandle.
Okay, John, what you got?
I think they're gonna keep it close, a lot more than people think, because it is a divisional game. First game of the season.
Yep.
I do think obviously the Eagles come up on top. I'm gonna give. How about 28-20?
28-20. Owen, you said 31-17. 31-17. John, 28-20.
All 4 touchdowns are Saquon Barkley.
I think this is gonna be a lot closer than people think. I think Eagles offense is gonna be a little sluggish to start. I think the defense is gonna be gonna take a step down from last year. I think it's gonna be a little different with some new faces. You're losing Darius Slay. You're losing some edge rushers. You're losing some depth. You did gain a lot, but
well.
So I mean, and those guys will work. It's tough, I don't know if the Eagles' defense is
I really like Todd Campbell coming into that system. True. I think that linebacker core is just disgusting.
Yeah, him and Zach Vaughn are a monster duo. And then obviously you got Quintanamo Bay and Cooper DeJean, White Boy Summer. Don't really have a third corner. I mean, Isaiah Rodgers, but I don't think he's there anymore, actually. I don't think Isaiah Rodgers is on the Eagles anymore, is he? I don't know. I think he's gone. But they still got Keely Ringo. Keely Ringo's still a solid third man. So, and then obviously you got Reed Blankenship up top with I forgot who their other safety is. But overall, I think it's a solid defense still. I think this is gonna be a high score. It's Thursday night football. It's a division matchup, like John said. I think it's gonna be close. I got this at I've got 34-28 Eagles. So I think it's going to be a barn burner. I think it's going to be straight up just scores. So 34-28 is my prediction. Eagles take it out. I think the Eagles are going to start out quick, put up a lot of points, and then the Cowboys are just going to slowly work their way back, do their Cowboys comeback, and then lose.
Cowboys fake comeback, yeah.
Yep. It's the same thing every time, man. They do it all the time. It's never without a doubt, It's how it goes. All right, I think that's everything we got today. So it is 4th down, and we are punting the ball away, calling this quits. So, I think that is it. Any words from you? Any last words from you guys before we cut her off?
Yes.
Just gotta make it through this season at this point, man.
Yep. Just gotta.
Caleb McGarry going down is looking pretty rough. Starting Elijah Wilkinson at my right tackle is not fire.
Yeah, we'll discuss personal team matters, where we think our teams are at for next season. We'll discuss that in the next episode. Kind of figure out, go from there. We got obviously. I know these two definitely want to talk about where their teams are at. Both made big off-season moves, so we'll see how it goes. All right, that is all you'll hear from us.